All right, let's get this started. So, was chilling today, and I found this little gem here from the PKA highlights. I guess they recently did on their full podcast. I guess they talked about Wings of Redemption, and they proposed an interesting question. Um, and that is does Wings of Redemption have a future after getting canceled? Now, people in the chat were telling me that that's no, he doesn't. Jordy Jordanson doesn't have a future, but I think he could. But I think one of the problems here is this. This is his actual like channel. And like, look, nothing on the homepage, nothing on the playlist, nothing. The community tab has some food and a couch and a nice picture of his family. Okay. And but like there's nothing else here. It's so dead. And I understand that he gets dunked on. Does he have a podcast too? The podcast show? But anyway, I know he gets dunked on by like people who clip him out. But I feel like it's gonna happen. You might as well just kind of embrace it. Right? I don't even think he has the show anymore. The podcast show. I don't even think it really is on anymore. I can't find it. Maybe I'm wrong. But dude, you might as well embrace it a little bit. I don't know, man. React to some of the videos about you. You know what I mean? React to some of the videos about you. Maybe there's some bangers. Imagine Wings of Redemption doing a reaction video. So like, does the Right Opinion have one? I don't know. Okay, no, like Frederick Knudson's video about him. You know what I mean? Imagine. That would be a banger. The June the King one was solid too. I watched both of them. You know, you could be making some racks, bro. But I don't know. I think he's a little self-conscious. So let's just get this started. Let's see what we got here.
So upset that night. I saw a clip from him recently. I guess he did play the new Call of Duty a little bit. Someone purchased it for him.
Nice.
And yeah, of course, he's like, I don't even want to play Call of Duty. Somebody bought it for me.
Hey, that's a next level alpha move, bro. Let's be real. I'm not playing this game unless you buy it for me. And someone does. I mean, he still has some pull, clearly.
He's like complaining, and he's like, look, I made $12 the first hour I played. I need to be making at least $100 an hour to play Call of Duty. And so he plays like another.
Bro, that's the crazy part, because for my streams, I got members and stuff, and that's awesome when people member and they donate, but I don't even make that much money from donations. The overwhelming majority of my money has been for a very long time from ad revenue. And like, it's cool to be able to come on to stream and not have to ask anybody for anything. Like, I just chill. I get to stream the content, and then, like, you know, that's why I take my stream down for like about 24 hours afterwards. I take it down, I let it finish processing, going through the monetization process. If it gets demonetized, I go put it through like a manual review, and then after that review's over, whether it gets put up or not, I put it back up, and I make sure I put ads on it, and I put like timestamps in there. Ad revenue, bro. Like, that's the crazy thing. Like, I don't understand why you would want to like make your entire career solely based on donations. Like, dude, because like for my thing with bro, like with Wings, like the social media is like fleeting. Every day I'm ready to go back to work. I'm always ready. I have it in the back of my mind because I don't want to get into that attitude where it's like, oh, I have to succeed or else I have to succeed or else I'm fucked. Because once you get into that mentality, I feel like people make bad decisions. They're like, I got to stay relevant, and then they start doing this crazy shit. And I don't want to do that. So I'm like, I'll go work at the bus company again. I'll go work. You know this. I don't care. Gotta get ready to go. This is what this guy's on though. Like, you have there's no nothing on his channel. There's nothing on his channel, bro. We just look. There's nothing there, and it's crazy. I don't get it. I really, truly don't get it. Because when you look at Wings of Redemption, I don't know if you know this, he doesn't even come up. It's all videos about him. And then here's his thing. It's crazy to me, dude. It's crazy.
Another hour of Call of Duty, and like, I don't know, maybe made $70 that hour. And that wasn't good enough. So he's like, I'm going to play Rainbow. But he doesn't have any friends, and you can't play Rainbow solo. So then he has to go back to Call of Duty. And it was just real sad, but it looked like he was in a new room to me. Again, I was watching it in like a tiny little window, like in Discord. I didn't really care, but it looked like he was in a new room to me.
Bro, he could literally just like play whatever Call of Duty and be like, my first hour playing Call of Duty, and post that as a separate video outside of his stream. and probably get like 5 to 10,000 viewers, like you know what I mean? Or views on it. Like who cares? You know what I mean?
He's moved or
Like
redone
he's
it?
I know he deleted his videos in fear of trolls copywriting them down. So what? Like leave them up. Like copyright, like challenge them, copyright them back. Like, dude, I don't know. Like it's so silly.
moved to
True.
a different part of the home because the floors fell in,
I feel like it's an excuse at this point to like basically give up.
or maybe a change of fucking scenery. I don't know. I'm just spitballing.
Is there a future for people like him? Because I don't know
Absolutely.
much about him and his story, but I know that there's been a lot of videos about.
He's done some pretty dumb shit. I'll tell you that. This motherfucker said some dumb shit, but at the end of the day, he can come back. I think the best comeback would be if he fucking reacted to his own a fucking iceberg about him.
John Pono
Hey.
super chatted $1.99.
Thanks, brother. There we go.
Ad revenue hype.
Yeah, dude, I'm making bank on this stream, dude. Let's see. Here we go. We got another one, dude.
Roadhouse Mex became a member.
Hey, thank you so much for the small guy. Look at that. We made like $15 or something in this first hour, bro. That's crazy. That's like fucking. That's a livable wage, apparently.
His history and especially on the podcast.
Is there a future for people like him?
Yeah,
Are we
yeah,
talking
because
about white
What, fat, bald, white people? I hope so.
There are,
man?
like DSP or whatever, right? Like people that are that have sort of kind of fallen off, but they have this like negative aura around them all the time.
Sure.
Bro, I know that Wings is playing like God of War. He could literally just like he does a gaming channel. Why not just take the stream and cut it into like, oh, I played God of War for 3 hours today. Make a playthrough thing. Like you don't put content up, so it's not like you're worried about not enough views. You don't make content, so who cares? Like any view is a good view at this point. You know what I'm saying?
And they just put forward like negativity.
Did you mention EDP?
That's very EDP's is leagues different from like Wingsofredemption and DSP. Like that's not even on. They're not even on the same level. EDP's disgusting.
Yeah. EDP,
Okay.
DSP.
Okay, so
yeah.
EDP is done.
Yeah.
Like he's a pedophile who like takes.
Well, EDP unfortunately isn't done. He's been streaming apparently on TikTok Live on his TikTok, and like he's been able to make a career out of it. If EDP can succeed, I mean, guys, it's Wings. You could definitely succeed.
Pictures of his own doo doo and sends it to girls. So like there's no coming back from that.
Definitely
Wings
girls.
on the
little girls. At least he thought that the girl was a little girl. You know, she technically was an adult, but he thought she was 13.
a hard time pretending that's a good move.
Let that one soak in.
That is just a wild thing to
You
do.
took a picture of his toilet with poop in it,
The
and
people who were
sent-
setting him up made him do it. They were like, "Oh, what would get?"
No, not that one. Nope. I remember that story, and I remember that part. They didn't make him send doo-doo. He just like unprompted decided to send a picture of his shit to this person he thought was a 13-year-old girl. It was like one of the first messages. It was bizarre.
Pussy, my little 12-year-old pussy so wet. Here's a picture of your big fat man doo doo in the toilet. and this dumb motherfucker, was like, he was like, oh yeah, for real.
That's not quite how the interaction went, but okay.
Off shitting.
It's like, look, I can get down with some freaky shit, but like not.
You think it was
literally.
like a dick pic where like his first shit of the day, he was like, no, not that. I can do better than that.
I ate a heavy breakfast. Give me a second chance.
You know what? Let me get
I didn't
some
have my
Taco
brand.
Bell. What is?
No, he can't come back from that, and I hope that he dies. Wings.
Oh
on the
yeah,
other hand.
absolutely.
Oh my
Wings
god! I
on the
just
other
looked at his poop.
Don't
Don't do that.
Why? What the fuck?
Talking to that shit.
I don't
That's
see
too
any
late
shit.
now.
Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up.
Yeah, sorry, brother. So for people who are transitioning over to this new channel, the new Papa Gut channel, and going away from the other Papa Gut channel that is now called Papa Gut Archives, you're gonna have to cancel that membership and redo one here, or you don't have to. I would recommend canceling the other membership on the now Papa Gut Archives. And I'd appreciate a membership over here, but you don't have to. But I would definitely say cancel the other one because you get no benefit by being on that other channel.
Don't pull it up on the show.
So what did Wings get canceled for? There's a few different things. From off the top of my dome here, the first thing I think that hit him hard was that he used to be a big gamer, and he challenged somebody to like a 1v1, and when he got his ass kicked, he didn't take it very well. He took it like a little kid. Then he made a really weird remark about age of consent. There was that. I think he might have said the N-word. I think he joked or did something with his dog, put it in like a bucket or something. I don't know. There's a lot of crazy stuff. You can watch like the stuff. There's a lot. there's a lot on there. But you know, I think he could still come back after those mistakes. You know what I mean? I still think he could make a career.
You can click on it.
Bro, like everybody he's still a person there. If you talk about him every once in a while, you can get some views off of. So like he's still relevant enough to get views. He'll be relevant enough to do some content.
Wings, on the other hand, is literally just a different brain inside that like body away from doing anything he wants.
Oh, I think one thing that he did wrong was that he was fat and didn't lose weight. And then like I know it sounds crazy, but like people like so fat content creators like Boogie and DSP can like ask for money for like a surgery, and then they can do the surgery and then it doesn't work or something, and then people get upset with them, which I understand both sides. It can be difficult to lose weight, especially when you're that big and it's like such a big part of probably like your coping mechanism for your life, you know, but
wants.
Yeah.
Because he has he can grab attention whenever he wants it, and that's worth way more money than he can actually get out of it. He has this thing. He has this network of channels who report on him. Now they always report bad, but if he did good, they'd report on that too. If suddenly he learned a new talent, if he went to fucking Ukraine and made war videos, they'd be getting hundreds of thousands of views, and they'd be getting pumped up on these.
I mean, like honestly, and I shouldn't say this, 'cause I don't want to give EDSP any ideas if he ever, not that he never watches, but he could literally do mukbang videos and people would watch it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like so Wings could do pretty much anything at this point. It's true.
Other channels, and he'd be the fat American over there, like being goofy. Like if he like yucked it up, like I noticed y'all don't have a McDonald's. I didn't realize it was this bad here. My God. I knew it was war, but I didn't think it was hell.
We're just like being like, look at these fellers
Wendy's, but
starving out here, and just showing like normal weight.
Like, wasted away to nothing. And it's just like
not a single razor scooter.
See what I mean? Like you tune in every week to see him yuck it up.
Not miss a second.
He would be the fat fish out of water in Ukraine, and you can be in the east part of Ukraine completely safe.
I feel like that's like a bizarre. I guess he could do that. I don't know how well that would do in a long-term capacity. Again, he could probably just do some content on his. He could literally just upload playthroughs of video games he does, or take a fucking I don't know, one of those weird tests about how horny you are or something, and he could probably get some views on that stuff. And I don't know, he just doesn't, man. I don't really get it.
He could make $1 million in the next like 2 years. He could do that. He'd ride that. There'd be 2 or 3 different things. There'd be merch.
I don't think he's that relevant. I don't know if he's that relevant, but he could be relevant enough to do something.
Merchandising. People would raise money. There'd be sub goals to send him to the western part of Ukraine, closer to the war. Fake it if you want to, fat boy, but cash in. He won't do any of this because he's afraid of airplanes.
To me, 10% of every donation goes to Ukraine.
Absolutely. Look, I'm just saying, like he is a different person inside that body and that world that he's created for himself, away from just anything and everything that you could want, because he has so much attention on him all the time. It's all negative because he doesn't do anything worthy of positive attention, frankly. He doesn't have any talents or skills. He doesn't do anything incredibly impressive or altruistic or worthy of praise or.
Let's be real. You don't have to do any of those things to be famous. And most famous people don't do anything worthy of praise. Like, and at least not people get famous on the internet. You know, you don't really do anything worthy of praise when you get fucking popular on the internet. It's like, you know what I mean? You just get popular.
Shift his mindset.
Okay. No. This sounds like this guy's completely irredeemable.
Oh, he's never done anything all that bad. He's just been like a scummy friend, basically. He's like the worst friend.
He's nothing
in your
like
friend
EDP.
Group. Yeah. EDP's a pedophile. He's a fuck.
Piece of shit.
Like, Wings never committed a crime, as far as I know.
Wings just doesn't show up to survival trips.
He might have killed his cat.
Okay.
You know, I'm going to say one thing about this whole, okay, so I know the survival trip's a little different from the weight loss journey, but I will say one thing about Wings' weight loss journey that I think that people give him a little too much like harshness on is, I think this guy, Woody, right? I think he showed up. He did a really nice thing. He showed up, I believe it was him, and he's like, I'm going to put you through like a boot camp to help you lose weight. And like, that's cool. I respect friends trying to help people lose weight. The problem is that like boot camps are not generally long-term sustainable. For a fat person, losing weight, going through like this extra intense course to like lose a ton of weight, like barely eat and like shit like that, and start working out, especially when you've never worked out before, your body's not adjusted to the recovering from it. That's going to kick your ass to a degree where you're going to be miserable. And like, this is one of those things where I always talk about how skinny people staying skinny is different from fat people becoming skinny, right? Or you know what I mean? It's a totally different thing. You know, somebody who's skinny that doesn't overeat just because they're not dumb, right? They're not. They're on default mode. When you're a fat person, especially like more like as overweight as Wings is, and you know, I guess myself to some degree, it comes down to like having bad relationship with food. It's like, oh man, I'm really depressed today. I'm gonna eat to make myself feel better. Oh man, I'm feeling really good today. I'm gonna eat to celebrate. It's that kind of thing. It's like, oh, you know, like it's a weird feeling to like have to eat a healthy meal and then be like, ugh, I can't even stomach this, because you're almost like you're like addicted to decent. I don't know if I would go as far as say addicted, but you're like kind of addicted to eating like food that tastes really good, and your taste buds aren't adjusted to like having broccoli. You know what I mean? And it's just like, how do you make the right steps? It's not about crash course dieting. How do you make the right steps so that next year you'll still be losing weight? And it's like, make better choices. It comes down to like, drink water instead of soda. If you gotta drink some diet soda sometimes, there you go. Have a handful of a fibrous vegetable per meal. You know, like you don't have, you know, because you're not going to start tracking your calories when you're 500 pounds, probably, like unless you're super motivated. But a little step is if you have some broccoli before you eat a meal, you're going to get fuller faster. It's going to process better. You know, go for a 20-minute walk every day. If you're too big to walk, Wings, you know, for 20 minutes, go for a 10-minute walk, work your way up. You know, these little things that can have a profoundly positive impact. Try to eat more meat, try to eat less fast food. You know, try to make like little steps. Like do one of those things for 3 weeks and then do another one of those things for 3 weeks, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's a whole other level of offense.
this guy's just lame and like a douche. The other guy's a pedophile.
What's that dude's name? Is it DSP Phil or something like that?
Dark Side Phil.
Dark side Phil. Yeah. So he is like, would that be more like a Wings and not like an EDP situation?
So I'm not a
probably.
huge dark side Phil expert, but my take is that he's a smart fellow. That he's aware that he's portraying a bad guy online, and it's a bit of a persona, and it helps him get clicks.
I'll be real with you. I don't particularly care for DSP. I'm okay with Wings of Redemption. I pop into his stream every once in a while. I try to chat him up a little bit. I think he's afraid that I'm gonna like try to get him into like bait him into clipping or something. Because I popped in there before and he just doesn't respond to me sometimes, and then he started to respond to me, but he won't say my name. And like I would do it on my verified channel before. He would just like ignore me. It's like, I know you see me, motherfucker. You know what I mean?
And maybe that's good for him financially. Wings is not putting on a persona. He used to try, but this is just him. It's raw Wings when you get him there, and he's not trying to manipulate the action because he can't. He's being manipulated by the audience, not the other way around.
Well, didn't Dark Side Phil jerk off on camera when he didn't know he was being like
based? You know, I could do that. I would do that, but not on YouTube or anything. I would put on OnlyFans if there's enough desire, dude. If there's enough desire, dude.
Well, I didn't know that, but that's just funny. That's
actually pretty.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Someone brought up I Fly Illini the other day, and
Legend.
It's sort of weird because like I'm playing COD and I didn't know if my mic is broadcasting to my whole team, but I'm having this one-sided conversation. I'm like, yeah, that guy I Fly, he got this and that, and the guy in the game in Call of Duty was just like, wait, what happened? And I was like, yeah, this guy was kind of a popular YouTuber, made COD content. He got caught jerking off on Chatterbait, lost his Air Force gig. His wife divorced him, lost the house, lost his...
He must have not just been jerking off. He must have been like looking at something wrong if he lost his wife.
His YouTube gig, that was his side hustle, and had to go to like making music and like became like some kind of a music maker, but certainly wasn't the trajectory that he had intended, all because he jerked off and he was a YouTuber that made Call of Duty content. And
you gotta do more than just jerk off, right? Like, there's no way. That's what, really?
Kid in the game was like, that's fucking bullshit. And I'm like, yep, that's how it goes.
Damn, that's true. That's fucked, bro.
Yeah. Somebody from YouTube contacted his commanding officer. Like, it was one of Keemstar's friends. I forget. I don't want to get it wrong. Did he have Robot in his name or something? But
why would they try to do that? That guy's an asshole. What a scumbag.
Like, yeah, that...
Was he jerked off on camera? You trying to get him to lose his career? It's so weird.
That happened. That little gang,
I don't know,
made his real life fucked up.
That seems insane because, like, you know, if the roles were reversed, this would be a slap on the wrist. Like if some Twitch streamer that was a girl did something like this.
Yeah, true. I wonder how long ago it is, because I feel like if you did that now, they probably wouldn't go that far. But
and then they'd be like, oh well, that maybe they'll get a week ban at most.
Well, the military is like real particular about that sort of thing. It wouldn't have mattered there. What
but I mean, like
true, but his YouTube channel,
on the YouTube space,
Yeah, but
yeah. All right, I guess that's it. Okay. Yeah, interesting watch.
I want Papa God to pee on my face, but just as a friend. There's nothing weird about that. I want him to pee on my face.